And welcome back to another YouTube video. Here I'm checking out the vacuum cleaner section of the 1994 JCPenney Spring Summer Catalog. and here we see the first instance of the Eureka Bravos. Excuse me. At least I know of in this catalog. At least as posted on this website that I'm looking at the catalog scans from, which is christmas.musetechnical.com. So these were the Bravos I was talking about. I was referring to the Eureka Bravos. This is kind of an example I was talking about. These are pretty much Eureka's answer to the Hoover Elite uprights that became really popular in the late 80s, early 90s. There's the Bravo Boss, which was 8 amp motor for $89.99, and then the Boss Plus, which was $139.99. Not sure, like haven't really used Eureka Bravos very much, so I can't really say long term, about their quality. I would figure they're probably like your cheap, budget friendly like vacuums you could buy at the time. And again, this was Eureka's offering to compete with the Hoover Elites, which were really popular because they were lightweight and they were powerful. And Eureka at the time, especially during this time period, they were pretty much big on boasting amps. Boasting how many amps their vacuums used. And it seems like almost like a piston match between Eureka and maybe Pistol, and a little bit with Dirt Devil about how many amps their vacuums used. It started like with 6 amps or whatever, and then it goes 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way up until 12 until the government stepped in and capped it. Capped the maximum limit, of amperage limit that vacuums can use at 12, because any further you risk, blowing fuses and tripping circuit breakers. And there's the Boss Plus Mighty Mite 2, which I like that design. It's looks like a sleek kind of roundish design. Now it's not, the Mighty Mite 2s is not much different from the original Mighty Mites. I guess maybe it's just a little bit more rounded. I don't really see much Mighty Mite 2s anymore. Now, Eureka does still sell the original Mighty Mite, or I'd say not the old Mighty Mites like from the 80s, but they do sell the Mighty Mite vacuum like as featured from the early 90s, which is kind of ironic because now they're owned by a different company. They're owned by Media Corporation, whatever. And also, apparently, Sanitary, which is owned by Bissell, also makes compact canisters that look just like the Mighty Mites. Here's more instances of Eureka Bravos. The World Vac, or is it called? World Vac Mega Boss. Powerline Gold Plus. And then there's Powerline Gold. Which also, there's a Powerline Gold canister vacuum. The Powerline Gold, one of my mom's friends, her name was Deb. I remember she had a Eureka Powerline Gold upright. And it was just like this one, but except it was red. And I think it had a more powerful motor. I think it was either 10 amps or 12 amps. I'm not exactly sure, but I think when they introduced the Powerline Gold upright, it was originally 9 amps, and it was based off the Bravo design. They did later on make it red. And I think the World Vac was kind of like one of the more higher end models compared to the other Bravo series vacuums like the Powerlines. And I think the World Vac, I think its hose was built in. Let me look here. Dust bag system, routines of... Yeah. Well, let's look here. Okay, it doesn't say. But apparently, according to this, apparently all of them are capable of bare floor cleaning. Though I really doubt someone would be using an uprights like these on bare floors. Mainly because of two reasons. One, obviously, since they're single motor vacuums, their brush rolls don't shut off. And number two, they probably don't have a squeegee behind the brush roll to keep dirt from scattering. So these will probably primarily be used like on your carpets. Now you probably if you had a canister, you could use it on bare floors. All you have to do is just unplug the little cord for the power nozzle to shut it off. And it does it. Oh, and it also had a bare floor brush, so you can use that as well. Let's move on to the next page. Let's see what they got here. Well, there's your Reginas. There's the Housekeeper. What is that? Housekeeper Plus. Housekeeper Ultra. Now, I don't know what the hell air power per amp means. I'm guessing that's their version of Hoover's cleaning effectiveness per amp rating. I'm guessing that's Regina's like version, like to compare to other Regina's uprights, to see which one cleans better. I'm not sure if it's the same formula as Hoover, Hoover's cleaning effectiveness per amp rating, but that's what I'm guessing. So apparently, according to this, the Housekeeper Plus has air power per amp rating of 25.3, whereas the Ultra has an air power per amp rating of 30.6. Probably a bunch of marketing mumbo jumbo. I guess I would assume the Housekeeper Ultra would pick up more, but I'm sure you compare it to any other upright in the category, like the Eurekas or Hoovers, they probably would outperform both of these by a long shot. And there's the two offerings for Regina Ultra Steamers. This one is pretty unique because it actually has a motorized brush roll to aid in scrubbing action. So that probably would pick up more dirt, get more dirt and soil and stains out of the carpet better because of that scrubbing action. Again, there's the Hoover Futura canisters. Not much to brag about. Panasonic's offerings. Here you got there's the 11 amp Panasonic with an electronic dirt sensor and a Panasonic quick draw. I guess I'm not sure where the dirt sensor would be at. Oh wait, it's probably, I would have to guess because I've never seen one in person, but I think this here is the dirt sensor. I think. Not entirely sure on that, but I'm pretty sure it is. If anyone has this vacuum, this exact model, and if you're able to light me if that's the dirt sensor or not, if it works, let me know. But I think that's where the dirt sensor is. And there's the Phantom vacuum again, kind of like in the last issue, kind of like in the last video we seen, where they had it listed. I think it was the 1992 JCPenney catalog. This one's from 1994. And this is what I was talking about, where they upped the amperage. So originally it was used a 9 amp motor. The Phantom vacuum in this case now used an 11 amp motor. And they also tweaked the color scheme a little bit to where they give so instead of the bumper, the handle grip, and hose being white, change it to black. So I guess it kind of makes it blend in. But still, this was easily definitely high tech, or definitely like a premium option to pick, compared to other vacuums. Of course, it having a premium price of $279.99, which today, of course, adjusting for inflation, it would be pretty much the price of a Dyson. But I would say today, if they sold this vacuum today at $279.99, it would be a bargain. But it was also really unique because, again, it is not only it was bagless, but it was also dual cyclonic. No other vacuum in that time period was bagless, nor was it dual cyclonic, not even cyclonic. Almost pretty much every other vacuum brand chose to use a bag setup. And so that made Phantom really unique and also appealing to consumers was that people could see the dirt coming into the vacuum as it's running, as they're using it. Which made people think, oh my god, look how much dirt my old vacuum left behind. I mean, which could be the case. I mean, plus it's kind of neat, sure it's kind of gross to see the dirt but it's also kind of entertaining, neat to see the dirt spin around in the dirt cup as you're vacuuming. And it was also nice. There's also, gives an advantage, if it being dual cyclonic gives an advantage, no loss of suction, kind of like with Dyson's today. Back then, filter bag vacuums as the dirt fills up. As the bag fills, the suction starts to drop because the bags get clogged. And also you got dirt, air trying to be forced through the bag, especially as dirt's piling up. And so Phantoms definitely had an advantage there. There's your Elites. There's Elite. They're very similar to like the one featured in the last video. There's the Encore, which is pretty much just like the Elite 200. Again, budget-friendly, bottom-of-the-line model. Cleaning effectiveness per amp rating of 15. So it's like pretty much your budget, bottom-of-the-line, budget-friendly model. Whereas these two other Elites, both the Elite Soft Bag and the Elite Supreme Hardcover, have a cleaning effectiveness per amp rating of 17. And so I'd say that's kind of like an average for Elites. Usually their cleaning effects per amp ratings usually hovered around 16, 17. That was kind of like your medium, like kind of like around your average. So he's cleaned pretty well. And here's more of the Elites. And there's another Elite. What the hell is the difference between... Oh, wait, that's right. This one, I think... Let me check back the other one. What was the white one? How much did that cost? 99 cents, $99.99. This one was $149.99. Oh, that's right, because this one, the blue one had the air freshener. Had an air freshening option. That's apparently why it had a higher price tag. Other than that, it's pretty much the same exact design and machine as the white one. And there's the Legacy, and both Legacies, both the soft cover and soft bag and hard cover. And there was the Power Max, which at the time was the most top of the line upright. And again, this is actually a perfect picture showing the Elite and the Legacy side by side, as I was explaining in the last video, of what made them so similar to each other. They're almost like, almost the same. Again, the one big difference was, now I know I'm using the pen again. Obviously, one big difference is this one with the Legacy, the hose was pre-attached to the base of the vacuum, whereas the Elite, you would have to manually connect it to the tool port. And with the Legacy, to use the attachments, all you had to do was slide the carpet height adjustment all the way over to cleaning tools, and then you would be ready to go. Same thing with the Power Max. What's also interesting is the Power Max looks a lot like looks very similar in a lot of ways to the Concept 1 vacuums, like Concept 1, Concept 2. I think this was the vacuum that replaced the Concept series in the early 90s. Though I wish they could have kept making the Concept series. Those are really well-built vacuums and really good. And I don't think they have the Quadraflex agitators on these. I wish they did. It would make it so much better. And as you can see, the CE per amp rating, Elite average is 17. The Legacies are a little bit better at 17.5, just a little bit. I think there's other models like the Dimension series, which are very similar to the Legacies. I think you'll see those in other catalogs. I think when I see more videos, I'll show you. You'll see what I'm talking about. These all take the Type A filter bags. So this is Power Max. So, yeah, but at the time, the Power Max was the most powerful upright at 8 cleaning effectiveness per amp rating of 18. Sounds like the big difference. Never tried the Power Max, but that'd be kind of interesting. Really cool to use. There's your standard Hoover polisher, shampoo polishers. Looks like that's some offering shop vacs. Literally shop vacs because that's the little name. And there's the Capture Dry Carpet Shampooer, or as I call it, the Phantom Capture. Sold by Kenmore. Sears as the, I think, was it called? Dry Tech. Kenmore Dry Tech, and then for a while this was sold as the Nova Dry, Iona Nova Dry. And then they started calling it the Phantom Capture. Basically, long story short, it's a dry carpet shampooer that dispenses dry carpet cleaner to the carpet, scrubs it in. Then after a while you let it sit, and it vacuums it up. It's supposed to, be more convenient and quicker than hot water extraction. And then there's the 2 stick vac offerings. There's the Encore stick vac and the Regina electric broom. The Encore has a cleaning effectiveness per amp rating of 10. Electric broom, their rating is 13.3. Apparently the electric broom has a motorized power nozzle, supposedly. Though again, just by looking at, if you're a person checking out a stick vac to buy from this catalog, you'd probably think the electric broom is more powerful than the Encore. Maybe it is, but those rating systems are probably different, not so different from each other. Wouldn't be able to really make a comparison which one cleans better. There's the Bissell line. There's the big green clean machine. That's a notable model that Bissell made. That was pretty much a wet dry vac. I've seen the infomercial for it. What's notable about this one is that it had the capability of also being used not only as a carpet shampooer, but it could also be used as a dry vac. And so it would have a filter that would fit over the cage, over the cage where it has a floating ball to act as a cutoff, section cutoff when the tank gets full. You would just slip the filter over that, and then boom, you could use it as a dry vac. Not really sure how effective it would be as a vacuum for cleaning like carpets. Like if you had wall-to-wall carpeting, a straight suction nozzle wouldn't be very effective. But if you just had like really light area rugs, or if you mostly had bare floors, something like that, it would work fine. Big Green also has a bare floor attachment in front of the nozzle, so it worked just as well. But these were pretty notable at the time. Back in the early 90s, this was kind of like the kind of deep shampooers they offered was the canister style. And that's the big thing about the Big Green was that it was self-contained. So you didn't have to have a faucet hookup. You just fill up with water, mix in with solution, and you're ready to go. The Power Steamer Deluxe and the CM 2000 are both water hookup models. And so that's kind of like the major difference. And that's about it. Well, so that's about it for this video. Again, hopefully you enjoy this little trip, through the catalog with me. I will do more videos in the future. Anyway, feel free to rate, comment, subscribe, and I will see you next time.